Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to a Walkthrough Wednesday. You guys have been requesting we bring these back. We're doing one today in the Conifer House. Guys, it is snowing outside, but these conifers are giving us all kinds of fun winter vibes. Let's go around and check out some of the great conifers we got here at Mr. Maple.
Yeah, many people don't know us about our conifers. They know us for our maples. We've got a huge assortment of conifers. You can go to MrMaple.com. There's actually a little button there you can click on and shop our entire conifer section. If you don't see something we're currently talking about in this video on MrMaple.com currently, it's coming back to a 10 at 10 soon. So get excited and pay attention.
All right, guys, there are tons of conifers. We're just gonna grab a bunch of them all around here. Sahara Ice, whew, there's a whole set of these guys. It's a fan favorite. It's a Cedrus that every time we bring back, it tends to sell out. Cedrus Atlantica, this one kind of glows in that wintertime. You know, even outside, you get even a little bit more of that picked up kind of icy coloration to it, that real glowing yellow over top of the dark blue.
Yeah, 8 foot in 10 years, makes a good upright. It's got sort of that blue-green kind of color, but then it gets that variegation onto it too, so it's that next level conifer out there. Y'all, we also got Cedrus Atlantica Glauca. This is an upright blue atlas cedar. It gives you that just really nice blue color, that clear blue that you don't get out of many plants. It's rare to find that blue in nature, and you can add it as an evergreen interest with the Glauca.
You can really see the difference in a lot of the cedars right now, especially color-wise. Right next to this, guys, I've got a set of divinely blue. Absolutely love the smaller compact form.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dwarf Himalayan cedar. We're talking 4 to 5 feet in height, by 4 to 5 foot in width in 10 years. Compact, and it gives you that more blue color for that Himalayan deodar cedar.
Keep it going, man. These are really popular. People have been shocked by these. They're looking great. These are kind of serpentining out right now. We've got some blue atlas cedars, guys. These are pendula.
Yeah, Glauca pendula is an awesome weeping blue atlas cedar. It's got that nice cascading form and that blue color that we were just talking about with Glauca, but in that weeping form. You know what pairs so well with that? Yellow. Put blue and yellow in the garden. Those things glow. And Karstens will do that. Pinus Mugo Karstens in a compact form goes out there and accentuates the shape of Glauca pendula and the color.
There's so many conifers in here right now, guys. We can't talk about them all, but we're going to give you a kind of a brief overview. There's tons of great things going on. Let's check out these Sherwood Compact, guys. Sherwood Compact, real fan favorite, classic for that dense habit to it. Absolutely love this one.
I mean, I love the Mugo pines, but Sherwood Compact, it was one of those small and dense forms of those Pinus Mugos that's used out in the landscape. I mean, you get this really nice dense form out there, easy to grow in the garden, great for conifer spaces, great for containers. 2 through 7 are some of the zones this is great in. Looks great in a container as well. Brings a nice compact habit. And I'm attracted to the yellow during the winter. And Pinus sylvestris gold coin is an upright tree that gives you that yellow color in the garden. Y'all, this makes that tree about 10 foot in 10 years. And it gives you some green needles during the spring and the summer. And then as the winter approaches and the cold temperatures come in, the needles turn yellow. So it's a pine that changes color during those winter months.
Don't be surprised if you get a little needle burn on this one going back into spring. That's pretty common as you get those needles kind of transitioning back into a greener coloration from the winter months. All right, guys, check out these tiny curls. This is a fan favorite. Whole series of these. I absolutely love Pinus strobus, and tiny curls is one that really brings it for that cool, dense foliage.
And I like the texture too. I mean, the twisting needles add something extra to this white pine. The American white pine is amazing, and the way that this has that twisting needle, it just gives you something really unique, but the dense compact form, easy to use in the landscape.
Looks like my beard when I wake up in the morning. What do we got next, Tim?
There's so many cool conifers in here. I'm gonna talk about Woodward Globe. I mean, check out the 3-gallon sizes right now on this Thuja. This Arborvitae is easy to use out in the landscape. It's got some amazing size right now. And if you're looking for just a really nice round globe for the landscape and garden, this is an easy evergreen to use out there. It goes to some really nice shades of like bronze during the winter months, and then it goes to some really nice Kelly greens in the spring and the summer.
Great color on these right now. I'm gonna grab one behind you here, bro. How about these 2 gallons of DeGroot Spire? We've got these in 1s and 2 gallons. DeGroot's always a landscaper favorite too. Columnar, narrow, evergreen. Just builds a great screening plant. You can actually line these up for a great screening plant between a neighbor too, but still keep not a lot of width. So you got a thinner screening plant. Absolutely love DeGroot Spire.
I love them because they stay smaller. They don't really just shoot out and overtake an area, but they don't get a lot of width to them. So they really fit in the landscape, give you some nice vertical interest. without getting a lot of width. I mean, that's the key thing about this, is it's extremely narrow and really easy to grow as an evergreen.
You'll see these on Mr. Maple. We've got Thuja Occidentalis in 1s and in these 2-gallon sizes.
Man, I love all these cool firs. This is a dense dwarf selection called Picea, and it stays 2 to 3 feet in height, 2 to 3 feet width in 10 years. And it is an Abies balsamia, and it is just gives a unique texture out there in the landscape and garden.
Another one's great for conifer trough gardens or small container gardens. Great for fairy gardens for that small compact habit. It's a fan favorite for many reasons. These are absolutely beautiful shapes to them already too, even in that small kind of Welsh pot size.
I mean, the bubbly appearance, you pair this out there with a Macaulia tabusa and you just got a fun garden.
All right, here's a fan favorite we're bringing back soon. It might already hit. I don't know if it has or not, but guys, we're bringing back Jurassic Park. Everybody's got to have a Jurassic Park. Every 90s baby got to have them a Jurassic Park. Love this one. It's actually a Tony Avett introduction. Really cool plant and a very shade tolerant evergreen.
Yeah, this is a Thujopsis dolobrata species, also known as a Japanese Asunaro. And I love them as just a nice shade evergreen. But this particular species and this selection is, it's unique. Jurassic Park has thicker foliage, thicker branching. It's almost like it's been hit with like a chemical to create that extra, those extra chromosomes. Yeah. And it is an amazing selection of that Japanese Asunaro. Great for containers, great for small spaces. They're often going to be a little more ball shape at a young age, and then they become more pyramidal as they age.
Yeah, typically 6 to 8 foot, smaller plant overall. Love this. It's got that prehistoric look to it. That's how I got the name Jurassic Park. Again, love it. Grab you one of these today on Mr. Maple. Great for the shade garden. A lot of people are always looking for conifers for shade. That's a dope one.
I mean, I know one of the things I love about this thing is the silver to the backside of the leaf. I mean, you see the silver on the backside of the leaf, and it just adds so much to this selection. And it gives almost like this variegated, prehistoric kind of look to it.
Awesome plant. What do we got over here beside you, bro? I know people are going to want to see those.
Oh, man. We got some Pinus Mugo Kotobuki 3 gallons. This is a Japanese black pine with short needles and a nice upright form.
You guys been asking for more Japanese black pines. They're durable, they're heat tolerant, they're tough as nails. Absolutely love Kotobuki 2 for the color. There's a whole row of these at Buckholz Nursery where they planted kind of a whole entrance way of these. I think it'd be a fun way to grow these. Like, there are like 20 of them in a row as an entrance way. Great looking plant. Structurally, it's very interesting. Small conical habit to it. Heat tolerant, durable. I actually like the tuft look to it a lot. It gives it a really tight, compact, bonsai-esque appearance already.
I mean, you mentioned that they were heat tolerant. They're also a little more shade tolerant than some of the other pines. And they can grow in salt conditions, which is crazy. I mean, they can grow with some salt spray hitting them, so people on the coast can actually grow this tree where you can't grow many other evergreens and pines.
We've already made the announcement. Tim's having a baby boy coming up, so how about you tell him about the baby blue ice over here, Tim?
Oh, yeah. Super excited about that.
I talked about this before in a video. I was like, you can do a gender reveal and you can have a pink filigree or a baby blue ice. Tim's having a baby blue ice this August. I'm pretty excited about being an uncle.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too. And baby blue ice has this really nice conical shape, really slow growing. It's a Chamaecyparis piscifera. It's easy for many people to grow out there. It's a Sawahara cypress. And it just gives some really nice blue color out there in the garden.
We've got a specimen of this at Buckholz Nursery, and it's absolutely to die for, especially as they get some age to them. Kind of a rounded habit, especially when it's younger. They can get kind of that more teardrop-like shape to them as they age. This thing is probably one of my favorite colors of blue in the landscape. Probably the best blue out there. It's definitely in the running for best blue conifer for me.
Oh man, I didn't even see we had these. This is an amazing Pinus Mugo. This is real sparklers. This is a Mugo pine, a mountain pine that gets yellow variegation in the needles itself. An amazing selection. Can't wait to offer these. I love offering the variegated evergreens. They just add that extra flash out there in the garden and some year-round interest.
This one looks like a real sparkler there in the garden. We're gonna have a red sparkler maple. You can plant it next to your real sparkler pine. Absolutely love Mugos again. Heat tolerant, durable, make sure they got good drainage. Excellent plants. Oh man, check these out. We saw a beautiful specimen of this down at the Riverbank Zoo last year when we were touring. This is Chamaecyparis obtusa Nightlight. Love the colors on this. There was one at the Riverbank Zoo down there in Columbia, so you know it's heat tolerant if it's looking good in Columbia, South Carolina. This thing was absolutely glowing. I really enjoy nightlight.
Yeah, if you bring just a little bit of sunlight, you can really pick up some yellow color out there on nightlight. You get some bronze color during the winter months. It is a really awesome Hinoki cypress to grow out in the garden. Easy to use, amazing selection.
Oh man, what do you want to talk about next, bro? I see some Mosrei looking really cool.
I mean, I see yellow. I got to pick up yellow and start talking about it.
We love the yellow. One of my favorite yellow conifers. I love the tough needle look it gets. You actually get this funky haircut look, like you got this crazy kind of elongated needles. You also have some dense, tough needles going on Mosrei. I think it gives it a neat, irregular look to the plant.
I know the texture is one of the most interesting things about this plant, but the conical shape and slow growth habit is so beautiful. I mean, we're talking 3 feet in height by 3/4 of a foot to a foot in width, and it makes that almost like green penguin shape if you're familiar with Pinus sylvestris, green penguin. But this one goes to yellow during those winter months, so it gives you some unique interest in the wintertime.
Don't be fooled for shipping this one to you in the spring. These do green up for spring and summer. So yellow is the predominant color in the winter months, but they will be pretty green during the summer.
Y'all, I can't walk past this set and not talk about them. Biltmore Blue, a witch's broom shot out of a tree at the Biltmore estate. It is an amazing, compact, blue-white pine that is just this dwarf mutation that happened on the Biltmore estate itself. It's got that blue color, that compact habit. We're talking 3 to 4 feet in width by 3 to 4 feet in height in 10 years. Beautiful evergreen to have in your garden.
Cool little story behind this one too. Biltmore Blue, great colors. I love the color. I love the texture of it. When they shot this one out, they grafted it. They put it at the garden centers there at the Biltmore house, the garden center. They were originally thinking about patenting it. They didn't let it out. Nothing ever really happened with it. A friend of ours, Richard Bomar, bought one and then brought it to us and said, hey, you've got to grow this conifer. So it kind of got back into the trade, if you will. They were only in collectors' gardens at one point. They'd sold through their whole set and they didn't have any more. And so we were able to kind of get this one going again through Richard Bomar. Shout out to Richard Bomar. And absolutely beautiful blue conifer. I think a great one too that you should be growing in your landscape. Pretty cool marksman shot out of a tree as well. Kind of fun thing there.
I mean, right here, we've got Pinus nigra Arnold Sentinel.
Named for Arnold Schwarzenegger back when he was Mr. Universe?
No, named after the Arnold Arboretum. It is a really awesome black pine that has a really narrow shape. If you've seen our walkthrough of Missy Galloway's garden, Missy and Wayne Galloway have a beautiful, amazing garden. And in their Polito garden, they've got the Arnold Sentinel giving this amazing vertical interest in their garden.
A lot of real dwarfs around that, so it really stands out. It makes it almost like cathedral-like, because right there in that garden, everything's kind of small miniatures, and then all of a sudden you get that Arnold Sentinel, and it's just towering over everything.
And then you see this just towering up with like the Blue Ridge Mountains in the background with their view. I mean, it is amazing.
If you haven't seen that video, definitely go watch that video. I think you're gonna love it.
Now, what this tree can do is give you some nice vertical interest with not a lot of width. It's really easy to use in the landscape, and it gives you a really just awesome cathedral-like feel with its narrow shape and long needles.
So many great conifers through here. Man, I can't cover everything. We got Papoose the spruce. We got these Picea, I don't even know how to say that. I never say it right. Cincinensis?
Yeah, it's a spruce that's native to the Pacific Northwest, and this is a compact form that's grafted on a standard. And so you get some really almost like blue colors on a really neat spruce that's dense and compact.
Picea cincensis.
Papoose the spruce. I like it.
Papoose the spruce. I'll stick with that. It's way easier. Hey, we got some nice sized conifers. Let's show them some of these bigger ones.
Oh yeah. Some nice Picea pungens. Matt's got the blues in a 3-gallon, and I've got a nice 5-gallon of Picea pungens Glauca Globosa.
Guys, I got the blues, but this thing is making me smile. This is a Picea pungens with a nice pendulous habit to it. Found by Larry Stanley. Talked to him on the phone yesterday. We're setting up a conifer society meeting at Buckholz, probably in 2026. I was on the phone with Larry. He actually found this one. Phenomenal blue shades on this one. Giving it some sunlight, you can even get some crazier kind of shades of blue. I like to stake this one up to about 4 to 5 feet, kind of let it hang down from there.
And Glauca Globosa is a rounded ball-shaped Picea pungens. So it's that blue Colorado spruce in a dense dwarf habit. Easy to use out in the landscape, and it adds that blue color in small spaces. Y'all, conifers give unique interest. They add so much to a Japanese maple garden. They give some good contrast, being something that's out there consistently, to then give contrast with the maples that are dynamic through each of the seasons.
We love them, guys. There's a ton of great ones. Definitely check them out on Mr. Maple. We've got a whole conifer section there. I think you're going to enjoy some of the new things we're bringing. We've got a lot of conifers in production at Buckholtz Nursery and at Mr. Maple, some really next level stuff. And if you like conifers, I think you're going to want to stick around to see what's next.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.